Stories in today's video. 1. Just found out my girlfriend who recently became semi-long distance has cheated on me with a good friend of mine. 2. I believe my mum is having an affair with her personal trainer. I decided to play detective and got some info, but still not sure even though I feel pretty confident all to hesitant to tell my dad since I really am not sure yet. 3. My girlfriend did a cheating prank. I can't even describe how betrayed, how angry and how alone I feel. As a cliché saying, I'll just start from the beginning. 2 years ago I met the girl of my dreams, she's amazing in the best possible ways and to say I was in love would be the understatement of the year. We keep hanging on and off for days on end, even making her friends and other boys who were into her very jealous. After 5 months of talking and hanging out together and a whole night of playing truth or dare, we admitted we had feelings for each other over call. I was ecstatic to say the least. This was the first ever person I dated and I haven't experienced anything as amazing feeling as that night. From there on it was amazing. We talked for days on end, calling each other as soon as we got home and even joined calls together and turning on our cameras in order to make her more comfortable due to her having severe anxiety, which made it to where she got so worried she wouldn't be able to sleep. We kept going on like that for around 6 months, always doing something new, playing a new game that came out and making new friends. This is when my new friend comes into the picture. We played a couple games that day and found him in one of them. We both enjoyed hanging out with him and decided to invite him to a call over Discord. We all talked, laughed and we continued on as our friend group slowly grew from 5 to 15 over the next year or so. My girlfriend and I started planning on moving in together around this time and started talking about how amazing this is and planning on taking this to the next level. We started sharing everything including P***s swords to each other's discords. By this point our new friend was by far one of our best friends of all time and we even talked about having him visit us since he lived only 2 states over, which would be no problem for him. We continued to hang out with our friends, telling them about our plans of the future we wanted to share together, and overall everything seemed to be the same. This is when it all came downhill. About a month ago my family decided to spring a vacation down to a luxury hotel by the sea. I obviously asked whether my girlfriend was allowed to come, which was denied due to my family being worried about COVID-19. Begrudgingly I had to accept since they weren't going to allow me to stay home for 2 weeks all by myself at 20 years old. I told the news to my girlfriend and she was surprisingly excited at the idea, which was uncharacteristic of her due to her severe anxiety. I obviously asked if she was all right and if she was feeling okay. She said was completely fine and that I had apparently helped her through her anxiety over the years, something I extremely regret eating up and believing, and telling her how happy I am that her anxiety is starting to go away. Off I went on the trip with my family to the hotel. I even feel sick looking at this place after all that's happened. I called my girlfriend the second I arrived at the hotel room, checking up on her and asking how she's doing without me, to which she responds along the lines of, "I'm doing great, I miss you so much already and I can't wait to have you back here." Another lie that I regret believing and completely hate myself for being so stupid. I started to enjoy my stay here, going shopping with my younger brother and sister and paying for food and clothes for them. I continued to go about my time just like this before I decided to call my girlfriend 2 days later to check up on her again, having only sent a text to her the night before asking. She continued saying, "I'm doing great, why are you calling so often?" Which finally started raising red flags on my end, but I ultimately dropped it and decided to not call her for another 3 days as my family and I continued to enjoy our stay at the hotel. This is the moment where I feel beyond stupid, betrayed, angry and alone. I called her on Saturday after I told my family I wanted to relax and call her to hang out, opting to play on the laptop my mum had brought along. After a few minutes of ringing to no reply, the other end finally picked up to none other than my friend asking, "Who is this?" I recognized his voice immediately and asked what he was doing over at my girlfriend's house. He rapidly started spouting about how we talked about having him visit and how he took up the first opportunity he could to drive down to my girlfriend's house without saying a single word to me or my girlfriend. This raised every red flag possible. At this point I wasn't just smelling something fishy, I was smelling the whole ocean. I quickly logged on and checked messages between my girlfriend and my friend, only to discover that for 2 months they had been texting and she had told him about me going away, how badly he wanted her pictures and more things I can't even stomach to read again, yet alone type. I don't know what to do. I feel betrayed, alone and angry. TLDR girlfriend 20F S**XDED with a mutual friend 22M I had known for a year and a half and invited him over while I 20M was taking a vacation. So yeah, found this out since mum have started to act weird lately. She started working out because she wanted to get into shape. About a year ago she worked maybe once or twice a week, but then she worked out from Monday to Saturday. Nothing unusual, but mum got very fit and she started getting attention from guys. She was increasingly more happy, which my dad had no problem with and seemed happy that she was happy. Mum started acting kind of weird. I asked Dad before I found out if he felt mum had been acting weird, and he brushed it off and just said she feels good about herself and genuinely was happy for her. Mum has been more affectionate and I was not sure what the hell was going on. She is not mum anymore and almost felt like she switched brains with somebody else. It was getting disturbing, and one day I got curious when she said she would late from work, and frankly it had been bugging me for months, so decided to bike over one evening to where she was working. The car was nowhere in sight, no lights in the building, her workplace has 2 floors, and even checked the local parking garage, every damn floor, no cars. I decided to go home and could not sleep. This was a Friday, and then on Saturday I had confessed to a friend what I might be suspecting. He suggested I use the Find My iPhone app. I asked Mum if I could borrow her phone to look something up since mine was not charged. She unlocked it and I enabled the app, and she had her Apple P*S Sword stored on the computer. I used to be allowed to rent a movie on there when I was younger, so I knew the P*S Sword to her Apple account. Anyways, she left for work, praying she did not turn off mobile data. I logged in and saw that the phone was nowhere near her workplace. Instead she was in a neighborhood across town. I googled the address and found out a man lived there, and searched for the name on FB1 mutual friend guess who, and saw he worked as a PT at the gym where my mum went. Now I was fairly certain that something was not right. I screenshotted the Find My iPhone map and the information I had. Still no evidence she was actually cheating, but I felt I had enough. She had lied to Dad about working late, and what the F***ck is she doing at her PT place on a Saturday night? Should I tell Dad about this and show him what I have now, or do I keep digging because I am fairly certain she is cheating? I still have not confronted Mum about it. I am of course gonna tell him if that's the case, but accusing Mum of cheating when I am not a 100% sure. But what other possible reason could she have for lying to Dad and then being at her PT on a Saturday night when she was supposed to working late? And to all who judge me for digging, nope, not sorry. It was bugging me so badly I could not take it anymore. Update: Hey everybody, I decided to follow the advice and told my dad and showed him what I had of evidence. Mum came home and decided to let Dad take it from here. She admitted to the affair, and I told Mum what my role in all of this was and that I had suspected something was off for quite a while. I told Dad he suspected something was off, but I was the one who told him. Dad was very calm, no yelling or screaming. He just calmly asked her what she wanted. Yes, I was listening, and then she said she wanted to try to save the marriage. She came up and talked to me, and I admitted my role in all of this and how I had suspected something was off for quite a while. Told her I was sorry, but you were acting very strangely and it was driving me nuts. Mum just asked me why I did all of this. I just responded, funny, I was about to ask you the same thing. Dad does not deserve this, I said, and she said no, he does not, and she was sorry. I also explained how her behavior lately was getting on my nerves and how it was bugging me. You were never that affectionate. You started giving me a kiss on cheek, more hugging. Part of me wondered if you were taking drugs. So yeah, that was weird for me, I said. Hell, even my friends thought you were acting strangely, and I got questions at school from people wondering what has happened to you. I am letting them figure this out now. I am doing okay with this, and if a divorce happens there is not gonna be a custody issue since I turn 18 in December. So for me things will not change that much. Dad and I decided to go see a movie later in the evening. We saw Suicide Squad, had already seen it, but it was fun seeing it with him. Me and Dad used to go movies a lot. He is a movie buff, and we had not been because of COVID, so it was fun seeing a movie with him again. All in all, my dad is gonna be okay, so am I. Dad made it clear to me, do not be mean to Mum and treat her with respect. She is still your mum and she loves you. So I've been long distance dating this girl for the past few years, and for the most part we've got a pretty good relationship and haven't had any problems considering we're long distance. We met at school and we started dating after I moved away. Recently, she pulled this prank on me where she pretended to be cheating and later revealed that the bruises on her neck were from her violin and not cheating. This was just a few days ago, and at the time I was just so relieved she wasn't cheating that I didn't even think about how it's messed up to pull something like that. I've even considered breaking it off. I've discussed with her how much I hate lies in the past due to my negative experiences with manipulation and all that. I'm just really hurt, and I've been distancing myself for the past few days to make sure I don't say or do anything I might regret later on. I know it's just a joke, so maybe I'm thinking too deeply about it, but it hurts to think that she finds this sort of joke funny.